25th of November, Rabbi Moore, Parsha with Rashi, Veyeshev.
Garbage, can't be anything. I'm sorry. Okay. The father thought that he would thereby reduce the brother's hatred towards Yosef, because he's saying, this kid's this dream is of Yosef, he's a kid, it's nothing. It's all garbage.
Mhm.
But Yaakov Avinu realized himself that it's not all garbage. There's only a little bit of garbage there, because he said in the mother. And in actual fact, Rashi said before that there was no garbage in it at all, because the mother was referring to Bilhah. Okay?
Okay. So let's see. V'Yaakov nitkavein lahotzi hadavar below
Milev Bonov.
milei vanav. Oh, okay. So Yaakov intended to take out the matter.
Yeah, it means the Hotzi Miliba means to get it out of their system.
Okay.
I mean, he wanted to get at the fact that they shouldn't be jealous of Yosef. They said, "Listen, this dream, don't think about it. Don't give it any thought, because it's garbage. Right? He's a kid. Don't make anything of it." But Yaakov himself realized that there is some substance to the dream, and he held that the fact he said to the mother was just that was the garbage part of the dream, because there's no dream that doesn't have something which is irrelevant or even untrue in it. There's always some sort of element in the dream of some fantasy, some untruth, right? But Yaakov held that there was some substance to the dream, but he made out, he in other words, he played up this fact that the mother, that Yosef's mother was going to come down to bow down to him. Yaakov played that up and said, you see, just like the mother can't bow down to you, your mother can't bow down to you, so the rest of the dream is also totally futile. And it has no substance to it whatsoever. But in actual fact, Yaakov realized that maybe this part is futile and has no substance to it, but the rest of the dream does have substance to it. Okay?
Okay.
L'chach omar lo, therefore he said to him,
Okay. L'kach amar lo. Okay. Havo v'navo v'gomer. That's our pasuk.
Kishem she'iv shebe'imcha kachashar rubatel. Just as not shach that your mother come down to you, so the rest of the dream is also is totally futile.
Oh, wow.
Okay, fine. Let's see next pasuk. Yud Aleph. Lou.
Vayikan u vo achi echav ve'aviv shamar es hadvar. Okay, the brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind.
Okay.
So Rashi says on Shamar es hadavar, kept the matter in mind. Haya mamtin umitzapeh. He waited and looked forward. Masai yavo, to what would come. V'chein shomer amunim. Emunim. And similarly, the faithful guard.
Shomer emunim, those who wait, shall we say, wait in faith.
V'chein lo tishmor al atas.
Klal Yisrael are given this title of being Shomer Emunim. Where's the how do I translate it? Yeah, the guy who awaits God's faithfulness. Shomer Emunim, the Jewish people, what's the loss in the pasuk? V'yova goy tzadik shomer emunim. The righteous nation shall come, shomer emunim, who waits, right? Or await, rather than wait, awaits emunim, the Kodesh Baruch Hu's faithfulness, means that he's going to fulfill, Kodesh Baruch Hu can fulfill his promises and bring the redemption. Okay? And then you have another example.
And similarly, do not wait for my sin. Lo samtin. Do not wait.
Right. So Rashi is basically saying you have sometimes you're waiting for time. Oh, sorry, guarding time. I mean, the word lishmar means to guard. Okay. So Rashi is saying in this sense it means to guard time, meaning you're guarding and anticipating and awaiting when this thing is going to happen. Okay? Okay, let's continue. Meir, Pasuk Yud Beis.
Okay, it says, Vayechu echav lirot etzon avihem b'shchem. Vayechu, and his brothers went to graze the sheep
Right.
of their father in Shechem.
Right.
Okay. Rashi says, "Lirot etzon," to graze the sheep. Nakud al et.
Means the word es has in the Torah is written with dots upon it.
Oh yeah. In my book it does. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Shelo hachu ella lirot et atzman, because they went only to pasture themselves.
Okay, now what that means,
to pasture the sheep, I guess, for themselves.
What that means is a subject of discussion over here. Right. So many commentaries, explain what does it mean. Means they went to indulge, went to have a good time. They were eating and drinking and taking care of themselves. Okay, that's what it means. That's the Goraria. However, Mizrahi suggests it means that they planned how they would deal with Yosef. In the same way, we find that leadership is termed Uriah, pasturing. Okay, it is thus to be understood in a similar sense as Rashi's statement of verse 17, as we're going to see later on. Let's go to Doson. And Doson, Rashi says, means to find, to judge, to find legal pretexts what to do with Yosef. Okay, so same thing over here. Liros Atzma means to pasture, literally means to pasture themselves, the contemplate what to do with the situation, their situation. Okay, to contemplate and analyze what to do with their situation, which meant, vis-a-vis Yosef, what to do with him, how to basically to get rid of him. In other words, what should they do with him? And when they came to the conclusion they've got to get rid of him, how they should get rid of him. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Fine, let's go. Okay. Okay. Pasuk Yud Gimel, Lou.
Vayomer Yisrael El Yosef. Hello, Achicha Roim
Achecha. Hello, Achecha. It's a plural.
Achecha Roim Bishchem. L'chol ve'esh lachacha alehem. Vayomer lo hineni. So Israel said to Yosef, is it not that your brothers are pasturing in Shechem? Come, I will send you to them. And he said to him, here I am.
Right. Joseph said to his father, Hineni, here I am.
So Rashi says, Hineni, here I am. Lashon anava uza Zeus. It is an expression of humility and preparedness. Nis da reis le mitzvas aviv. He was ready to fulfill the commandment of his father. V'af al pi shehaya yodea be'echav she'sonin oso. Even though that it was that he knew that his brothers hated him.
Right. Meaning, so, okay, we asked this question as well. How comes Yaakov did it? I mean, Yaakov also was aware that the brothers were jealous of him, right? Anyway, leaving that aside, we'll see that in the next passage. We'll see about that. But upon him, Yosef is ready, even though he realizes he's going into the lion's den, as they say. He nevertheless, this is what his father told him. And it's interesting. Let's say if a person's father tells him to put himself in danger, is he obliged to do so?
No.
Because there's only 3 mitzvahs one has to, din of Yehoreg va'al Yava. One should allow oneself to be killed rather than transgressing. Those are the 3 cardinal sins. But let's say Shabbos, for instance. Okay? Person has a situation where it's a situation of life and danger. And it means in order to save himself from the danger, person has to be Mechal Shabbos. And Mechal Shabbos is a very serious Aveira. Punishment is stoning. If a person doesn't b'meideh, the person has to bring a chatas, if he did a b'shoidei. It's a pretty extremely serious Aveira. Nevertheless, life takes precedence. Okay? And therefore, one has to, if it's a case of life and death, one has to be Mechal Shabbos in order to save a person's life. So, l'chayr, in order to save his own life, why is it that Yosef complied with Yaakov's wishes, his request, even though it's a mitzvah, he's fully mitzvah, why did he go ahead and do it? Just 1 second. I don't know. I think the Mepharshim do discuss it, but I don't know anything. I have to give it a bit of thought, whatever. Look at a bit of investigating. There is one interesting. I'll add a little anecdote here that I happen to know the daughter of this person who survived the war. There's a story that when in Holland, most of the Dutch Jews were rounded up, and there was a camp called Westerbork. It was like a transit camp unfortunately, to the extermination camps in Poland.
Mm.
And all the Dutch Jews were rounded up, and they were living in this transit camp till they were transported to Auschwitz and other places. Anyway, the story goes that the Germans were making a roll call who was going to be put on the next transport. So everybody said, they called out the names. He said yes. Anyway, the father of this lady who I know, I think she's still around. She must be well in her 70s. No, in her 80s she must be right now. Anyway, they called out his name, and he said, Hineni. He didn't say I am, it said yes, it's me, whatever. Hineni. Because he fully realized, like Yosef realized, that what was going to be happening to him. And he wasn't saying to the German, he was saying to the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I'm HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hineni, I'm willing. This is what your desire is, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that we have to go to almost a certain death. Right? I am willing. Hineni, I'm ready. Anyway, just interesting story there. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
that's
continue.
amazing. Yeah.
Pasuk Yud Dalet. Meir.
Okay, so it says, Vayomer lo, lech na, re'eh et shalom achecha, v'et shalom hadson, v'hashiveni davar, v'yishlachehu me'emek Hebron, v'yavo Shechema.
You okay? Let's translate. Now, first of all, it's interesting that we see Yaakov's, what's this called, Yisrael over here, Dafka, is repeating his request.
Yeah.
Previous pasuk said, "Vayom Yisrael yotze alecha re'em b'Shem v'chol shachara aleha." Vayom Elo hineni, I'm ready. So why does he repeat again? Vayom Elo lech no re'eh Shem achecha v'Shem atzoy v'hashiveni dova. Hashiveni dova means bring back for me a report. Right? Report back to me. Okay, and then the pasuk says, "Vayishlocheu me'emek Hebron." Okay, which literally means he sent him from the valley of Hebron. Vayavo Shechema, and he came to Shechem, which he expected that's where the brothers to be. Okay. The Rashi. Let's see the Rashi here. Me'emek Hebron.
Hebron, v'halo Hebron bahar, shene'emar, v'ya'alu v'negev, v'yavo ad Hebron.
They went up through the Negev, and they came as far as Hebron.
Wow.
So v'yavo ad Hebron means they came up. I'm sorry, v'ya'alu v'negev means they went up. They were ascending. Means that obviously that the implication is that the land slowly was lowland and were ascending to higher ground, and they came to Hebron. So that implies that Hebron was on high ground. Okay, there's a particular kasha on this. I don't see the judge dwelt on it. that Stamazer, as far as Eretz Yisrael is concerned, we have a rule that Eretz Yisrael is higher than all the other lands, and therefore, whenever we refer to somebody coming from Chutz La'aretz to Eretz Yisrael, he goes up. We had this in Rashi says over there in Parshas Vayigash, that after Yosef revealed himself to the brothers, he told them, go hurry and go up to Eretz Yisrael. Halu Elovi, go up to my father. Okay, now the implication means why up to? Because going from Mitzrayim to Eretz Yisrael is considered going up, because Eretz Yisrael is higher than all other lands. So you could say over here as well, Vayalu Banega means it went, but that could be also actually mashma in the sense of going up. But Bechlal Eretz Yisrael is higher than the rest of outside Eretz Yisrael. I don't know. Anyway, so Rashi explains what does it mean. Me'emek Chevron.
Hold it.
Hello.
I just lost my place. Hold on. Oh. Hold it.
You have it? Hello, Me'etze Amuka. In the middle of the Rashi.
Okay. Hebron. Okay. Velo Hebron.
Shnema Vayal Banegeb Vayobo Ad Chevron. Start the Rashi again. Me'emek Chevron.
Okay. Hebron. Velo Hebron Bahar. Shnemar. Ya'alu b'negev v'yavo ad Hebron. Okay. Ella.
Oh, this one. Me'etze Amuka.
Okay. Me'etze Amuka Sheloto Tzadik Hakavur b'Hebron. Oh. L'kayem ma shenemar la'Avraham ben Abitarim ki ger yihiyeh zarecha.
Zaracha. Okay. Now, what Rashi means is as follows. The reason why he sent him, the word Emek doesn't mean valley, but it was he sent him was as a result of the, I translated the profound counsel. Eitza Amuka. Which doesn't mean doesn't mean it doesn't mean there was a valley, the Hebron was in the valley, but it means from the profound counsel which was given to Avram Avinu that his descendants are going to be strangers. So therefore, when Yaakov sent Yosef, there was not real logic behind it. It was as a result of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's plan that the Yaakov and his descendants are going to be strangers in Egypt. So therefore, that's why, as I mentioned this early in the week, that Yaakov had this mishigas, had this crazy idea of sending Yosef to his brothers, even though it didn't make any sense whatsoever. But the reason why he sent him was, it was in order to fulfill the profound counsel which Hashem had given to Avram, that his descendants are going to be strangers in a strange land. Okay, that's what it means. The Kaima Shenema Avram ben Abisarim, Higeh Zaracha. So it means when we say Eitza Amuka Shel Oised Tzadik, doesn't mean that the Avram Avinu gave this advice over here. It means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu had given advice, or she was not quite fast, counsel to Avram Avinu that his descendants are going to be strangers. They're going to be strangers in a foreign land. And as a result of that, I don't call it promise, after that promise to Avram Avinu, that's why this happened, even though it defies logic. That's the whole what we're saying over here. Now, I translated the Parsha as follows. Yeah, he sent him in consequence of the profound counsel of the one buried in Hebron.
Of the one what? I didn't hear the end of that sentence. The one.
Of the one buried in Hebron.
Oh,
That's how they translated the passage. In consequence of the profound counsel of the one buried in Hebron. Okay. Let's see the next Rashi. Vayovo Shchema.
okay. Vayavo Shema. Makom uchan leporanut. Okay. Sham.
It's a place prone to calamities.
Okay. Let's see. Sham kilkalu hashvatim. Okay. Sham inu et dina. Sham nechleka malchut beit David. Shenemar vayelech
Rechavam.
Shechema. So these are all examples.
Okay, this is that all these things happened in Hebron. Sorry, in Shechem. Right? There, the tribes plotted against. That's when Shom Kilkulu Ashvatim. Right? They how to say Kilkulu means they acted incorrectly, improperly, because when they schemed to sell Yosef. Shom Inu Dina, also there, also the Shem, the son of Hamor, as we had in last week's Parsha, abused Dinah, and Shom Nechaka Malchus Beis David. Also later, the kingdom of the house of David got split as a result of Rehavam's intransigence towards the people, and he wasn't willing to give into their requests.
No.
Okay, I guess we'll have to stop here. I just want to add a very, very nice thought just to finish up, because on the next pasuk it says, "Vayimtzoehu ish," a man found him. And Rashi says, "Who was that?" That was the Malach Gavriel. Okay, and in last week's parsha it says that Vayeovek ish imoy, a man fought with him. Okay, and there Chazal say, who was that man? That was the Malach of Esav. So why do Chazal say one time Ish means the Malach of Esav? And here it says it means the Ish means Gabriel, one of the ministering angels. So the first Shema explains, I can't remember who one of the first say, the pshat is, if somebody comes over to you and asks you, what do you need? That means that he's a special angel. He's an angel Gabriel. If the other person comes along, this Ish comes along and starts fighting with you, that means it's the Sar of Esav. Okay?
Very nice.
On that note, we'll wish you everybody a good Shabbos.
Okay. Have a good job.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.